Washington football team
and the Los Angeles Rams.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Washington going to send out their punter.
He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And out of bounds. This will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He'll dump this off to Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
2nd down and 7.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Chase Young
in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. We're scoreless after 1. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Throwing now, Stewart.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Stewart into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 2.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and goal, Bridgewater.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Forced out to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. Now back to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's David Arnett picking it off.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Here's 2nd and 8. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He finds his man, complete. It's King. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Bridgewater now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Rams will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Stewart slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Now Bridgewater.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here comes the Rams punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this will be taken at the 13. And he's out right at the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Stewart to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw it with Stewart. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Stewart. Hunter Henry brings it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 39. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Stewart sets to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Back to throw. Stewart. And he will find his man Samuel. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
One more time with Gibson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson.
And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has made this a 1-score game.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Right, a 1st down and more.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Stewart.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Washington on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Stewart. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 27. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Once more, Gibson.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And Washington has taken the lead.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Now Bridgewater.
Pass complete to Harris.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Out to the flat for Hyde. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. There he goes left side.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now it's Hyde on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations.
And that's caught inside the 35. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Going up top for Kupp. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Kendall Fuller.